Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our session. I hope people are still settling in. आज काफी दिवाली का मूड होगा सबके घर पे, right or wrong? So, Samanvaya, so this stream is going to help us give you your links very early. Okay. All right, I can hear myself. Okay. So this is going to help you get your links for the video earlier than what it is. राम राम ऋषभ, राम राम. तो क्या प्लान्स हैं आज? आज 2 घंटे करें, 2.5 घंटे करें, 3 घंटे करें, कि आज 1 घंटे करें, आधा घंटा? कितना कितना चाहते हो आज आप लोग ड्यूरेशन? हाँ, यूट्यूब में थोड़ा सा पूरी. अरे यार, मैं कुछ और एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था, बोलोगे आधा घंटा. Anyway, so since it's Diwali and हाँ, आज खत्म हो जाएगा GitHub. आज GitHub पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा. Since it is Diwali and we will be completing the topic, and what we will be doing today is I'll just put out the whiteboard and set out the agenda for the day so that everyone understands and are in sync. So, agenda for the day. First thing, we are going to continue on branching. So we were working on branching yesterday. So I'm going to continue on that. Then I will talk about merging. Then I will talk about conflicts. And then we will talk about GitHub and its setup. तो हम लोग ये बेसिक चीज खत्म कर लेंगे. उसके बाद क्या होगा कि you guys will be well prepared for submitting your assignments, and over the weekend we would expect your GitHub accounts coming to us so that we can link it to our classrooms, and when you submit your assignments we are able to track that assignments as well. Okay, I hope that makes sense to all of you. Yeah, I will obviously do a small recap, definitely, so that you guys are in sync. But yesterday we covered a lot of ground. Initially, there was a lot of internet issues and things were not working well. But after half an hour or so, it so happened that everything got into place. All right, cool. I think we are already 7 minutes in. ठीक है, मैं वो सब चीज़ करके दिखा दूंगा. Revert, reset, एक बार go through करेंगे quickly, and then we will move on to the branching. Branching already हमने start कर दिया. All right, cool. 70 is the attendance. I'm getting scared if you guys are going to leave in a week or so. Don't do that, guys. That doesn't look good on me. Yeah? Okay, Vandit. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get everything on board with and everything on pace. We are going to pace up on the topics and everything that is needed from Monday itself. Okay? Vandit, I hope. And also tell me if you have done Git before. Vandit, are you feeling comfortable with Git? Okay. All right. Cool. So let's start off with the coding part. So this is where we were. We were talking about the branching and stuff. So what I will do is I will delete this particular thing and I'll start from the beginning quickly so that you guys understand how it is happening. तो अभी मेरे पास कोई भी folder नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, कुछ भी git initialized नहीं है. I'm going to start from the very beginning. I'll call this a folder git. Okay, I've created git over here. Now I will go inside this git folder and I will say git Okay. Okay, cool. So now let's clear this out. I'm going to create a file quickly. I'll call this index.html. And now what I'm going to do is, right now there is no tracking system. So I'll start off with get init. I have initialized. Now things will start getting tracked. And what I'll do is I will quickly create a HTML tag and head. Okay. All right. And let's check the status. Git add quickly so that everyone remembers, and git commit -m first commit. So we have had our very first commit. And if I see the git log -1 line, we are here. I'll just quickly add one more file. I'll call this style.css. And then I'll just quickly go ahead and do this. Save it. And do the same thing all over again because you guys are already in sync with this. Commit, added CSS. Okay, cool. So how many of you want me to do revert again? Okay, a lot of you. ठीक है. तो एक्चुअली आप लोग को गेट रिवर्ट में ज़्यादा यूसेज होगा नहीं अभी, बट आई जस्ट वांटेड टू give you a good idea of how Git works, so that when you start pressing buttons, because ये सारी चीजें आप बटन दबा के कर सकते हो. मैं 5 मिनट में आपको बता सकता था कि कैसे GitHub में बटन दबा के ये सारी चीजें कर सकते हो, बट नाउ जब आप एक पर्सपेक्टिव से जाओगे with a perspective of working in a company, this is going to be very handy. Okay, what is the status? All right, I'll add one more commit, and I will say example.js. So अभी हमारा स्टेटस आएगा 21 का. सारा कंफ्यूजन आज क्लियर हो जाएगा. Let me commit this. Added JS. All right, so now we have created a history. So let's just check it out. What we see are 3 commit history. Now yesterday, what I said, the checkout command helps me to navigate to a previous part of my history. So I'll quickly say I will check out to this one, the first commit, and I do this. And what it does is it removes what I have done. But now if I make any changes over here, I will link it with the branching. Okay, so be very careful while you are seeing this. Please focus here. It says if you want to create a new branch and retain commits you create, you can do this by using this. So what it is trying to say is, okay, you are at this point of time, your head has come here, and you are seeing whatever changes has been made at this point of time. So you can come back, take a look around on the code कि क्या चल रहा है, कैसे चल रहा है, क्या किया था मैंने उस समय पे, and then you can go back. Now let's say I just add something over here. I'll say title. I'll just add something which is not correct at the moment, but I'm still at this point of time in history and I am making changes at this point of time. So I'll go ahead and say git status, and you will see that there are changes and head is detached at this. So what I'm saying is I'm doing a change at a previous point of time. I'm going to say git commit -m modified index. When I do this, now what has happened is, let's go and check out the log. So my head is here. Okay, So what it looks like is I have created a new history over here. But if I say git checkout master, what it says is if you want to keep ये वाला जो commit मैंने किया था, if you want to keep that, make a new branch and push that commit in that branch. So let me do this. कल हमने branch की बात की थी. So I will say git branch and let's say added or checkout commit. ठीक है, ये कमांड नहीं है, ये मेरा नाम है, ब्रांच का नाम दे रहा हूँ. एंड देन आई एम कॉपिंग द आईडी and I paste this. So let me do this. Now what has happened is, I'll say, is it visible now? So last command मैंने क्या किया, checkout जब मैंने commit कर दिया and it showed me in my history commit आ गया था, but जैसे मैंने बोला I want to go back to master, it said that you have, if you want to retain the commit that you have done at that point of time, make a new branch and do it. I'm not going to let you do it as a part of my history. So now if I say git log one line, everything is the way it was initially. And if I check out the branches, you see there is another branch that got created. Now I also talked about branches yesterday, right? So in the branches part, I said that you can go to the branches and you can start committing there, which is going to be in sync with master, and then you can start working. तो यहाँ पे अगर मैं checkout करूँ, so I will check out to this branch. So to go to any branch, use the command git checkout and the name of the branch. So when I do this here, so for a better perspective, what I'll do is दोनों master branch. So I'll just first of all go back to master branch. मास्टर ब्रांच में जाएंगे और इसका लॉग एंट्री प्रिंट कर देता हूं ताकि कंपैरिजन में आसानी हो. Okay, so this is the master branch का history log. Now I will go to the other branch, get checkout. क्या नाम था उसका? Yes, this one. And I will log hyphen one line here. What do you see? Do you understand what happened? Did everyone understand what happened? Right? अब यही चीज आप रिवर्ट, जब आप लोग रिवर्ट की बात करोगे, रिवर्ट विल क्रिएट अ न्यू कमिट ऑन टॉप ऑफ योर एग्जिस्टिंग हिस्ट्री, बट विद द चेंजेस टिल द पॉइंट जहां तक आप रिवर्ट करना चाह रहे हो. लेट्स से आप एडेड सीएसएस तक रिवर्ट करना चाह रहे हो, तो वहां तक का चेंजेस लेके एक नया कमिट हिस्ट्री बना देता है. डज इट मेक सेंस? बट चेकआउट तुमको ओरिजिनल हिस्ट्री में चेंज करने नहीं देता है. Okay, all right. So we were talking about branches. अब हमारे पास एक ब्रांच है जिसमें सिर्फ इतना कमिट है और एक ब्रांच है जिसमें दो कमिट आगे चल रहा है. ठीक है, तो चलो एक बार रिवर्ट भी कर ही देते हैं since everyone is asking that. So I'll just go out to master and I will say git revert, और मैं let's say I want to revert it till this point. Git revert. So what it is saying is it has removed that CSS file. Correct? It has removed that CSS file. तो उस particular commit पे जो चीज मैंने की थी वो हटा दे रहा है. Okay. So I'll just exit this. So whenever this open, press escape and say WQ. Okay. So what happened is it removed style.css because इस वाले commit में मैंने style.css हटाया था. Right? So whatever change I have done to that point, it has done that. Now, if I see the log file, it says a revert has been added. So it does make changes to my history, the file and the project, but it does not make changes to the history. I exit by pressing escape button and then colon W and Q. Okay, cool. Escape colon W and Q. Shreyas, W and Q will also work. Yeah. All right. Cool. तो अब हम लोग ब्रांचिंग पे आते हैं एंड देन वी विल टॉक अबाउट मर्जिंग. तो उसका एक सिनेरियो क्रिएट कर लेते हैं जो हमने कल क्रिएट किया था. अभी हमारा एक सिनेरियो हम लोग क्रिएट करने वाले हैं कि हमारे पास 2 डेवलपर है, हमने 2 ब्रांचेस बनाई हैं और दोनों ने अलग-अलग कमिट किया हुआ है फ्रॉम द मास्टर, ठीक है? और उसमें ही हमारा मर्जिंग, उसमें ही हमारा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स कवर हो जाएगा और ब्रांचिंग भी हो ही रहा है साथ-साथ, ठीक है? लेट्स क्रिएट दैट. विजुअलाइज करवा ले पहले एंड देन वी विल मूव ऑन. लेट्स गो ओवर हियर. हम लोग एक कमिट कर लेंगे मास्टर पे, इनिशियल कमिट, and then we will start branching. Let's say there is a developer who started working on this feature and he's working on this feature and he branched out from here, dev1, and we have another developer who is working on this feature. तो हम लोग ये वाला scenario replicate कर रहे हैं so that you get a proper understanding of how Git works. And then what this developer does is he merges and then after some time this developer merge to the master. ठीक है? तो इस सिनेरियो में लेट्स क्विकली पुट कमिट मैसेजेस. तो हमारे पास 3 कमिट्स आने वाले हैं लेकिन अलग अलग लोगों से आने वाले. सो नाउ वी आर स्लोली मूविंग टुवर्ड्स कोलैबोरेशन पार्ट ऑफ इट. ठीक है, वी आर स्लोली मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द कोलैबोरेशन. कैसे हम लोग टीम्स में कोलैबोरेशन करते हैं. ओके, सो नाउ व्हाट वी विल डू इज लेट्स क्लियर दिस आउट. सब चीज डिलीट करते हैं. तो जैसे मैं डिलीट करता हूँ तो दिस थिंग एक्चुअली what it does is it removes everything. All history tracking सिर्फ उस folder तक ही limited रहता है, इसलिए we don't have anything. I'm going to create another folder again. I'll call this git and we will start fresh. So I'll go inside this. Cool. Now I'll create index.html and make it the very first. तो जैसे मैंने बोला था master branch is the main branch where everything works. Anytime that we are trying to make anytime we are trying to have that product build, we work on master branch. Now we will say git branch. So there is, okay, so this is not a repository yet, so I'll have to initialize it as a repository and I'll say git init. Okay, now I will put the status and we will see that there is a file git add dot git commit -m initial commit. I'll call this. Okay, cool. So we have this. Now what I'll do is I'll create the very first branch. So to create a branch, we use this command called git checkout -b and the name of the branch. So I'll say dev1, which is the upper branch. Okay, so to check how many branches are there, we use this command git branch. So we see we have checked out to the git branch as well and created a new branch. I want to go back to master. What should I do? I would say git checkout master and I will be on master now. As you can see, I will create another branch from here and I'll call that git checkout -b dev2. Okay, let's clear this out and I will show you that I am on branch 2. तो हमने 2 branches बना लिए. Okay, so first scenario, इन दोनों के पास सेम कमिट्स होंगे जो मास्टर में होंगे. That will complicate the tree. Process same रहेगा आशीष, everything will be the same. It's just going to complicate. Now if जब आप merging का concept सीखोगे अभी तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि मेरा merging कितना complicated हो जाएगा. पहले आपको जो नया ब्रांच आपने dev1 से बनाया है उस ब्रांच को dev1 में merge करना पड़ेगा, फिर dev1 वाले ब्रांच को master में merge करना पड़ेगा. या अगर आप डायरेक्टली करना चाहोगे तो बहुत सारा रूल्स आएगा जो आपको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा एंड वी डोंट वांट टू गो देयर. वी आर वर्किंग ऑन अ वेरी बेस लेवल राइट नाउ. ठीक है, तो git status कुछ नहीं है, अभी हम लोग dev branch 2 पे. तो सबसे पहले हम let's say we are developer 1. So I will just check out to developer 1 branch. So it takes me to dev 1, and what I'll do is I will add a CSS file. His job was to add some CSS to this, and he just added that, let's say, and I will just check the status. Okay, and yeah, git add dot and git commit. He says added CSS. All right, his work is done. He's ready to go. He has packed his bag, gone home. Now I will go to, I can check out from any branch to any branch. I will check out to dev 2. Cool. So you see left hand side में आप देख रहे हो फाइल्स चली गई. तो इसका काम क्या था? His job was to work on JS JavaScript. So इसने क्या किया? Let's clear it out. Git branch देख लेते हैं कहाँ पर है अभी हम लोग श्योर होने के लिए. dev 2 पर है. What he does is he creates a example.js which should be inside my git folder, otherwise tracking system track नहीं करेगा उसको. Okay, and if I check the status, his work is example.js, right? We can create shares. There is touch command that I can use to create a file, but I'm just using my functionality. I'm more used to creating using the buttons and icons over here. Okay, so now I'm going to add this git, and I will say git commit -m and added JS. Cool. So dev 2 have his own commits. So let's go to the whiteboard और इसको diagrammatically represent करते हैं. ठीक है, यहाँ पे dev 1 है और ये है dev 2. ओके, अब क्या हुआ है कि हमने एक एक कमिट अपने अपने ब्रांच पे कर लिया. मास्टर को नहीं पता इसके बारे में. सो दीज चेंजेस विल नॉट बी देयर इन मास्टर. Okay, so now what happens is what I need to do is I need to merge these changes because my job अगर मैं parallelly किसी branch में काम कर रहा हूँ तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि उसको मैं merge नहीं करूँगा. At some point of time, if everything goes well, it is going to be merged in master. ठीक है, तो what I'm going to do is, let me go back. I'll go to dev 1 first, okay, and I will merge it to master. तो पहले मैं आपको master में दिखा देता हूँ. master में वो दोनों files नहीं होंगी. ठीक है, index.html है. I hope this is clear. Okay, Sanket, I'll answer that question in a while. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so अभी तक ये flow समझ में आ रहा है? Everyone is on the same page with me, right? Okay, cool. Now what we are going to do is, अभी मैं मास्टर पे हूँ. मास्टर में वो दोनों चेंजेस नहीं दिख रहे, बट इंडिविजुअल ब्रांचेस में वो चेंजेस हैं. ठीक है, सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल गो टू dev 1, sorry, check out dev 1 and you see style.css has appeared. So I'm pretty sure that I'm done with the work. So how merging works is, this is you go to the master branch. So as a developer, I will go to the master branch, okay, and I want to merge the dev 1 branch. So to merge it, I use the merge command, and it is called git merge and whatever the name of the branch is. Okay, so dev 1. So when I'm going to do this, look at this, what it has done. What it has done over here, it has fast forwarded style.css create mode. It looks like I have made a commit, right? All these things are like I have made a commit, and you see a number. over here. So it has merged it. As you can see, if I show you the branch that I am on right now, I will be in master. And if I yeah, dev1 does exist. अपने आप delete नहीं होता, dev1 exist करेगा all the time जब तक आप manually जाके उसको delete नहीं करोगे. Okay, until unless you delete it manually, it won't get deleted. And I'll talk about the delete as well. So git log hyphen one line, and what do you see? It says right now I'm in master branch. I only had one commit right on master, but now there is a new commit that came in, which is like added CSS, which was nothing but my original commit from branch of dev1. So if we relate it with this one, it keeps get stuck. Yeah. So if I relate it with this one, what do you see? This particular thing has come over here, right? Agreed, everyone? This has been merged over here. But you see that this particular thing, yes, Anam, that will be shown together. If you have more than one commit, अभी मैं एक commit के साथ दिखा रहा हूँ, dev1 पे हो सकता है आपने 4-5 commit किए हो. तो जब आप merge करने जाओगे तो वो आपको एक black screen again खोल के देगा, बोलेगा कि क्या आपको ये सारे एक साथ merge करने, तो वो सारे commit message master में भी आ जाएंगे. Okay? Yes, Vandit, that is called conflicts. वो भी मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको. Okay, cool. So अब क्या हुआ? यहाँ पे merge master में merge हो गया, but when I created dev2 branch, it did not have this commit. That means I don't want to just go in between and say कि चलो ठीक है इसको यहाँ पे मैं डाल दूँ. I can't do that. What I need to do is I need to sync this master branch with this particular branch. So I need to pull the changes from master branch if there is a new commit on the branch while I'm working on some other branch. Does that make sense? ठीक है? So what I am saying is मेरे dev2 branch को नहीं पता है इस commit के बारे में जो merge हो चुका है already merge command से. तो dev2 को भी sync में होना चाहिए master के, otherwise it will say that पहले आप अपने dev2 branch को inline लाओ master के, उसके बाद कुछ नई चीज commit करना चाहते हो master पे from dev2 branch, then only I will be doing that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see how it works. So I'm going to do this now. If I say branches, you don't have to do that, the message comes automatically. तो मैं अभी आपको दिखाता हूँ, ठीक है? तो अब मैं जाता हूँ get checkout dev2 पे. Okay, so I go to get dev2 and what I say is, या मैं master दो तरीके होते हैं. पहला तरीका मैं दिखाता हूँ कि master पे dev2 को पता नहीं है कुछ changes हुआ है, उसने कुछ pull नहीं किया है, and I will go to master back and I will say as a dev2 person I will say git merge dev2, right? This was the command we used. Similar, बहुत आराम से पहले वाला merge हो गया था. Let's see what happens when we do this. It has opened a same window जहाँ पे where we have used where we kind of saw it in the revert message, right? So it is saying merge branch dev2. What it means is it is basically saying that there was something on master branch which was not with the dev2 branch. So before master can take in changes from dev2, dev2 needs to be in sync with master branch. Does it make sense? So I will just leave the message like this. I'll press escape and :WQ. Look at the bottom of the screen, :WQ. This gets activated only when you press escape. Now press enter, and what has happened is it has made a recursive strategy merging, and you see all the three things in the master branch. So if I check the branch right now, what has happened is all the three things have come into picture and everything is merged, right? Does it make sense? So now think of this as a scenario in a company where you're working. Okay, so if you're working in a company, what happens is there are thousands, not thousands, hundreds of devs, right? And they are working on a single product, and in that single product there can be multiple developers working. So what happens is they work on different branches, and developer 1 must be working on some feature and he merges it with master, and when developer 2 wants to merge, he or she might be aware of the fact that there are changes that has happened on our master branch. So what happens is it uh, it tells you that okay, there has been changes, please get in line with the changes that has happened already. So अब हम लोग अगर अपना white board देखें या drawing देखें which is lost, no, where did it go? Yeah, so if we see our drawing board right now, what we have done is we have one second. Yeah, so what we have done is we have got this over here first. So and now we have two commits. तो अभी हम लोग अगर जाके वापस अपना हिस्ट्री देखते हैं, let's check the log. How many history logs or commit logs will we have? 3. Are you guys sure?
4.
Okay, Sridhar says 4. One person said 4. Shreyas says 4. Ashish says 5. 4. 4. Okay, let's check it out. We have 4 commits. Why? I will tell you. तो सबसे पहला कमिट मास्टर, थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ मास्टर, वी आर ऑन मास्टर. सबसे पहला कमिट किया, फिर हमने वहां से ब्रांचेस किया, फिर जो दूसरा कमिट मास्टर पे आया विच केम ऑन मास्टर was from a dev1 branch and which got added over here, correct? The second commit that came was from dev2, but then there is a sorry, this is the third commit, came from dev2, and the fourth commit is nothing but that little uh, merging that we talked about, right? Which is this merging. ये merging भी एक commit के तौर पे होता है. Yeah, the recursive strategy that it said is nothing but this. What it does is इस दोनों branch को merge किया and then I have this dev2. तो dev2 भी आ गया, dev1 भी आ गया, और वो जो small little process of merging these two or syncing these two branches, these two branches, that has come into picture, and that has created another commit message. Does it make sense? Yes, good question, Tejas. What do you guys think? जो तेजस का क्वेश्चन था. No, right? Because I haven't interacted with dev1 and dev2. मैंने master और dev2 के बीच में interaction किया और master और dev1 के बीच में interaction किया. Okay, so there won't be any changes from master. Okay, someone asked me about switch. Who was it? Sanket, yeah. So switch is basically something similar to your checkout, and it is a kind of a new command that these guys introduced, and it's pretty much the same as checkout branch name. Okay. Okay. All right. तो ये clarity हो गई. अब एक अब मैं conflicts की बात करता हूँ. Conflicts कब आता है? So Let's clear this out. Same flow पे चलते हैं, the one that we have had. और अब क्या है कि मेरा ये ब्रांच अभी भी एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है. Got full clarity today? Great.
सर
Who is this?
सर
Yeah,
जैद
go ahead. Go ahead.
सर मर्जिंग के टाइम पर हमारे पास 3 ब्रांच थी.
मर्जिंग के टाइम पे हमारे पास 3, मतलब 2 डेव ब्रांच थी और एक मास्टर ब्रांच था.
यस सर.
या
सर जो हमारी मास्टर ब्रांच थी, मैंने उसमें इंडेक्स डॉट एचटीएमएल बना लिया था.
हाँ.
किया था. और
हाँ.
डेव 1 में इंडेक्स डॉट सीएसएस और डेव 2 में जेएस फाइल.
हाँ, ठीक है.
तो डेव 2 को मैंने जब मास्टर में मर्ज
हाँ.
किया,
हाँ.
तो सर वो इंडेक्स फाइल हमारी उसमें मर्ज हो गई.
इंडेक्स तो मास्टर में था ही हमेशा से.
नहीं, इंडेक्स डॉट सीएसएस.
स्टाइल डॉट सी एस एस तो हमने पहले डेव 1 मर्ज किया था ना, उसके
नहीं सर.
बाद डेव 2 मर्ज किया. तो डेव 1 में तो स्टाइल डॉट सी एस एस था ही मेरा. दैट गॉट मर्ज्ड इन मास्टर.
तो सर डेव 2 की फाइल मर्ज हुई ना, होकर मास्टर फाइल में आएगी, मास्टर ब्रांच में.
हाँ, डेव 2 तो ये अभी मैं मास्टर ब्रांच में ही हूँ. मैंने मास्टर ब्रांच में जब मैं था, did I create example or style css in master? No, right? I created it in separate dev file, dev branch, right?
सर अगर हमारी दोनों ब्रांच में सेम फाइल होंगी और मर्ज होने के टाइम पे.
वही वो that is the point of conflict. अभी मैं वो दिखाने वाला हूँ आप लोग को.
यस.
Okay, how to sync changes. Can you check out top 2 commits to see the difference between the both? I do not understand your questions, Ravindra. Top 2 commits as in git log. I'll say this. Can you elaborate on this if you want to? Yeah, Shreyas, correct. Fourth commit is like combination of merging dev. No.
Hello.
Master and dev 2. Yeah, hello, Ravindra. Go ahead.
I was saying that this adding of added JS and merge branch dev 2, can you
Yeah,
check out to both of them and show the logs
changes.
illustrated?
Changes.
Yes, difference.
Okay, so you want me to do this and go to dev 1. This? You're saying this? Are you talking about this, Ravindra?
Dev 2 C3B8171 comment.
Okay. So it will work the same way. It will take me there and you see the style.css is gone. Right? Because dev 2 के टाइम पे क्या था कि उसमें सिर्फ इतने changes हुए थे.
Okay.
Right? It is working exactly the same. Now if I go check out master, it will work the same way. It comes back, CSS, everything is back. समझ में आया?
So firstly it brought the change from dev 2 and then merged from the main branch and created a separate commit, right?
Yes, that's how it works. So the thing is going to be same. जो मैं manually कर रहा था, branch एक उसका extra feature है that they started working on. So branch के internally under the hood भी same चीजें चल रही हैं. It's just that they compare and do all those functionalities थोड़ा deep level में जाके. We are not going there, but exactly the same thing. हमारा master पे commits बढ़ता रहेगा. Okay?
And one last doubt, can we
Yeah.
merge from another branch? If we do so, what happens? Like
Merge
currently
from
we are
another
merging
branch?
from master.
So you want to merge dev 1 and dev 2, kind of that?
Is it possible? I'm saying.
Yes, definitely. तो ये जो मैं सारे प्रोसेस बता रहा हूँ ना, it is possible for all the possibility that you think कि एक ब्रांच से दूसरे ब्रांच में merge करना और उसके बाद वो मेन ब्रांच को मिलके मास्टर में merge करना. Everything is possible.
Okay,
I'll
fine.
tell you, Rohit, about that.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thanks a lot. I got it.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move ahead and nahi Apurva, the fourth commit is the combination of second dev branch merging with the new changes on master. Think in terms of master. Obviously that change is coming from first dev, वो किसी भी branch से आ सकता है, लेकिन जब मैंने branch बनाई थी dev 2 की, at that point of time that change was not there for dev 2 branch. Okay, right? So there was a new commit, and that new commit got added to the master branch, which was not dev 2 branch was not aware of it. So when I try to merge something from dev 2 to master, my dev 2 has to have that changes as well. So that's why it is recursive and you don't have to worry about it. सर तो फिर 5 कमिट होने चाहिए था ना मास्टर में, क्यों ऐसा तेजस? नहीं होने चाहिए था ना। पहला तुम उसको मत कंफ्यूज करो, जब हमने dev 1 मर्ज किया था, लेट मी गो बैक टू द ड्राइंग, जब हमने dev 1 मर्ज किया था, अरे यार एक सेकेंड, जब हमने dev 1 मर्ज किया था तो dev 1 के लिए ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, it did not have any new merges in that. अगर उसमें एक और मर्ज होता dev 1 के पहले, then again this same recursive thing would have happened. Okay, तब आपका 5 होता. Getting it? ठीक है? All right, so I will move ahead, guys. I think we are getting stuck on the similar doubts. ये आप लोग एक बार practice करोगे तो और समझ में आएगा. Let's move ahead and show you a little bit more on how it works. Merging का concept और उसके बाद GitHub करेंगे, क्योंकि GitHub बहुत important है आज करना, क्योंकि अगर GitHub नहीं किया तो फिर next week से जब आपको assignments आएगा तो आपको GitHub weekend मिल जाएगा practice करने को, plus you will be able to submit your assignments. All right, let's check the status. I am on master branch. There is nothing to work on. Okay, so what I will do is I will go to dev 1 branch, and अभी मेरा dev 1 branch जो है it is not sync with master. Do you guys agree? क्योंकि अब master में एक dev 2 का भी आ गया है changes, right? It has moved ahead. So what I need to do is I need to sync all my branches with master before I can start working on it. This is a standard process. This is a how we work in companies. Every time you start working on your branch, you make sure that you pull changes from master. If there are anything that has come in master should come in your branch as well. So for that, what I will do is I will say git merge. Because I'm on dev 1 branch, I will give the name of the branch that I want to merge. That is a basic rule of merging. जिस branch पर हो और जिस branch का नाम आप लिख रहे हो वो merge हो जाएगा एक दूसरे से. Pretty simple as that. Okay. If so, Manas, I will say at this moment you are not going to use this much functionality of Git when we are asking for some submission of assignment. But in companies, this is how it works. So after the end of the course, you can say you have a very good idea of Git, and you can express your ideas in terms of whatever you're learning over here, right? But हम लोग जब course करेंगे तो हम लोग mostly we will focus on the technologies that we are working on. All right. So now everything is merged. Now, if I see the git log -1 line, you see everything is similar. All the changes has come. So Venkatesh, same thing. जो हमने master और dev 1 या master या dev 2 के साथ किया, dev 1 और dev 2 के साथ भी it will be the same thing. Depending on क्या-क्या commits है dev 1 और dev 2 में, ठीक है? तो जिस branch का जो भी commits है वो आपस में merge हो जाएगा. Okay? इट्स नॉट लाइक अगर मास्टर नहीं मर्ज किया हुआ है दोनों में तो दोनों के पास मास्टर के चेंजेस नहीं होंगे, बट अपने दोनों के चेंजेस दे विल मिक्स एंड मैच एंड मर्ज इट. We haven't merged two devs, Rohit, yet. We are not doing that. We are just working with master. Okay. All right. now what I'll do is, now everything is in sync. My master 2 branch, and I will go to dev 2 branch again and show you if I merge master what happens. So I'll say, अच्छा मेरे को रिवर्ट करा दिया था क्या, चेकआउट कहाँ पर हूँ मैं अभी इसमें, सो मेरे को इसमें dev 1 लिखना पड़ेगा, सॉरी dev 2, already on dev 2. So I'll check the status, nothing to commit, git log -1 line, कहाँ पर हूँ मैं, okay, so I'm here. तो इसमें CSS नहीं है, इसमें dev 1 मर्ज नहीं है या मास्टर मर्ज नहीं है, तो इसको भी मैं मर्ज करके मास्टर से सिंक कर दूं, सो दोनों चीजें आ गई। अब दोनों ब्रांच, अब तीनों ब्रांच एक पॉइंट पर है, राइट? सो नाउ व्हाट आई विल डू इज I will start writing some code on the same file. Okay, let's say I'm working on index.html and I created HTML, or no, not on HTML because same चीज लिख दूंगा मैं, या HTML पे ही करते हैं। चलो, मैंने ये ऐड किया, ठीक है, ये मेरा काम था, मैंने ये ऐड कर दिया dev 2 ब्रांच में। राइट नाउ आई एम ऑन dev 2 ब्रांच, so I'll just check the status quickly. So changes has not been staged, everything, so I will add the changes and git commit -m, and I will say modified HTML, let's say just a commit, और ये dev 2 में हुआ है, ठीक है। Now let's clear it out and say git status nothing to commit, लेकिन यहाँ पे अभी हम मास्टर से एक कमिट आगे जा चुके हैं। We have gone one commit ahead of master right now. My master is still this point, as you can see it shows me very rightly, and my dev 2 has moved one step ahead. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go to dev 1 और HTML में कुछ चेंजेस नहीं है, ठीक है, गायब हो गया। अब dev 1 के पास भी सेम काम था, he was supposed to create HTML tag as well as he was supposed to create body. सेम पॉइंट पे हम लोग दोनों ने चेंजेस कर रहे हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन द वर्क दैट वी हैव। सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल मेक द चेंजेस, ऑलराइट, आई विल मेक द चेंजेस and commit it, git commit -m added body, let's say he is writing that commit. Okay, everyone on sync, अपना अपना काम कर लिया। अब dev 1 let's go to master, so I am on master. मास्टर में कोई चेंजेस नहीं है क्योंकि HTML के चेंजेस गायब हो चुके हैं, as you can see HTML file is empty. Dev 2, what it does is it goes ahead and say, okay, I'm going to merge my changes, I'm sure that it is working fine, I'm going to merge dev 2, and it simply merges whatever changes were in dev 2 and it was added. Now dev 1 is also going to merge. He comes to master, he says, okay, git merge dev 1. Now let's see what happens. You see a message coming in, right? It says conflict alert, merge conflict in this point, automatic merge failed, fix conflict and then commit the results. Do you see this? And then there is this weird looking stuff coming on my editor. And did you guys see this kind of message coming in yesterday when I was trying revert at some point of time? How many of you remember that? And then I did something and then I went back and then I said, okay, let's forget about it. Right? About it, right? Yeah. So that was happening because there was a conflict that was occurring at that point of time, right? And that conflict happens when you are making changes on the same line of code on your branch. So यहाँ पे आपने देखा मैंने index.html में भी सेम जगह पे चेंज किया और dev 2 ने भी index.html में सेम जगह पे चेंज किया. So Git is so smart that it actually understands that there might be the need of this new incoming change that is coming. It could have very well said that, okay, I can add both of them together, but it understood that it is happening on the same line. So it is smart enough to understand that, okay, there might be something that the developer is doing. Let me ask that developer if I'm willing to have this or not. So he says that this is the current change, whatever my master head is, and this is the incoming change. So this is what is coming from dev1. So what do you want to keep? So it gives me options: accept current changes, accept incoming changes, both changes, compare changes. तो अब क्या हो रहा है मेरे को ये, this is the state of conflict. Okay, this is the state of conflict. Now this state of conflict, one that is another level of git functionality, that is the internal part. So it's just basically a comparison algorithm that they have implemented. It's like, it's very easy. Git sees that line number 1 पे पहले एक change आया और फिर line number 1 पे दूसरा change भी आ रहा है HTML का. So it says that, okay, there is a conflict, let me ask the person and let them decide. I'm not going to decide on their behalf. So I will say that, okay, जो भी dev ये पहला change था उससे ज़्यादा ही है ये, तो मैं इसको सीधे select करके remove कर देता हूँ. I'll delete it and I'll delete this. So this comes from your GitHub. Okay, so this is the changes. Now I save it. I am still in the merging phase. अभी मेरा merge चल रहा है, ठीक है. तो आप ध्यान रखना, अभी मैंने क्या किया, this is resolving, और merge conflict को मैंने resolve किया by making a decision कि ठीक है मेरे को ये वाला changes रखना है. You can keep both depending on जो requirement है. So अब if I check the status, it says there is a modified file. So what I need to do is, I have fixed the conflict. Now I will run git commit. Okay, so I will say git commit directly, सीधा लिख देता हूँ git commit without message. ये वाला भी आपका question solve हो जाएगा. तो what it says is, I can't commit because there are things that is modified. So there are things in the modified zone of git. So I need to follow that process again. Git add dot, yes, correct Anurag, and git commit. And when I press commit right now, it is going to give me an option of making this change. या तो मैं मैसेज डाल के वहीं से सीधे commit कर देता, but when I say just the git commit, it has given me an option. So if I want to edit something, no, merging hasn't stopped. It is still in the phase of merging. We are in the phase of resolving that conflict that it faced. अभी तक कोई commit नया create नहीं हुआ changes से. It is still in that phase. So I press escape and then I press I. When I do this, whenever I'm in this VI editor, it is called a VI editor. I helps me to start inserting. तो मैं यहाँ पे लिख सकता हूँ, I can start making changes. So everything that you write here is going to be your message that you are going to see. So I'll say resolved conflict on HTML. Any message which is meaningful. Zad, what happened? Yes, I'll do that. Let me finish this. Okay. So escape, and then I will WNQ, :WQ. All right. So what has happened is, I have resolved and there is a new commit that has come on master. So if I say log, what do you see? जो modified HTML भी आ गया, added body वाला भी आ गया dev1 dev2 से, और जो conflict हुआ था वो मैंने resolve करके एक और नया commit बना दिया. Does it seem relatable from what we have already seen? And it is, everything is a variation of the basic flow, right? Okay, कितनों का सर घूमा हुआ है अभी? How many of you are thinking ये क्या हो रहा है यार? How many are like this right now? little bit confusing, yes, obviously. तो ये क्या है ना, so this is a conflict zone. Conflict कब होता है? जब मेरा changes कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कब होता है? जब मेरा चेंजेस सेम लाइन ऑफ कोड या सेम फाइल्स में होता है. ओके, अदरवाइज कॉन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं दिखाएगा, वो अपना रिकर्सिव स्ट्रेटेजी लगाएगा एंड इट विल मर्ज इट विद दैट न्यू कमिट मैसेज दैट यू सॉ. कॉन्फ्लिक्ट मींस सेम लाइन ऑफ कोड पे चेंज हो रहा है. आपने देखा ना, इंडेक्स पे dev 1 ने भी चेंज किया और इंडेक्स पे dev इसने भी चेंज किया, क्या बोलते हैं, dev 2 ने भी, और दोनों ने मर्ज करने की कोशिश करी मास्टर पे. तो जब मास्टर में वो इनकमिंग चेंजेस आते हैं, जब मास्टर मर्ज करने का कोशिश करता है वो ब्रांचेस को, that at that time it asks you whether you want these changes or you want the other changes. So there are two different changes that is incoming, and that's why it asks you which one do you want to keep. Okay, so I will do it again. Yes, Kirti, I will talk about that as well. So that is nothing. मैं उस चीज को भी अभी करके दिखाता हूँ, लेकिन सबसे पहले एक काम करते हैं, ब्रांचेस डिलीट कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, बड़े बड़े कोड होंगे तो हर फाइल में जाके आपको दिखाएगा, हर फाइल में. ये जो आपने छोटी सी चीज देखा ना मानस, वो हर फाइल में दिखाएगा आपको. ओके, जहां जहां पे भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आएगा वहां वहां पे दिखाएगा. ओके, हाउ टू नो इफ वी आर इन मर्जिंग स्टेट और कंप्लीशन स्टेट. So when you are in merging state and you haven't resolved the conflict and you try to go ahead and say, okay, git commit or git add or run any kind of git command, it is going to tell you that your merging hasn't been resolved. Please resolve the conflict, do the commit, and then go ahead and start working. Okay. All right, cool. So let's talk about deletion of branches. तो अभी हम लोग को ब्रांचेस डिलीट करने, ठीक है. तो उसके लिए हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? आई वॉन्ट टू गो टू माई, यू कैन क्रिएट एज मेनी ब्रांचेस एज यू वॉन्ट, स्पेस कर करके ब्रांच बना सकते हो. गेट ब्रांच 1 2 3 4 स्पेस मार मार के नाम लिख के कर सकते हो. ओके, ऑल राइट. नाउ आई एम ऑन master branch, right? Yes, Utkarsh, definitely. आप वीडियो देख के समझ जाओगे और थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो और यूज टू हो जाओगे. वीडियो देख के 1 घंटे में आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा गिट और गिटहब. सो यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस एंड आई विल शेयर द रिसोर्सेज एज वेल. ओके, नो 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 नो, ब्रांचेस आर नॉट द फाइल्स तो मेरा पर्सनल प्रोजेक्ट है. ये एक ट्रैकिंग सिस्टम है. दिस इज अ ट्रैकिंग सिस्टम, मनन. ओके, so it is tracking and I'm talking about tracking system. I haven't started talking about anything related to files. I'm just creating. यहाँ पे txt file बना दूँ मैं या एक image डाल दूँ या कुछ भी कर दूँ, that is a change, right? Okay, all right, so I will delete a branch. So to delete a branch, let's say I want to delete both the branches. So to delete those branches, you have to use the command similar to all the commands that you have used, and I'll say git branch and I will use a flag called -d. Okay, -d and the name of the branch, dev1. अभी मैं मास्टर ब्रांच में हूँ और मास्टर ब्रांच से मैं, क्योंकि मैंने मास्टर ब्रांच से ही क्रिएट किया था, I will delete it. And what it says that there was a branch deleted. Now if I say git branch, only 2 branches are left. Correct? Okay. So if you will delete before committing, it will say that please commit the process. वो सारा मैसेज आपको बता देगा कि वो करना क्या है. It won't let you delete before committing. Yes. So next step, let's say कि मैं branch के अंदर हूँ और can I delete that branch? So let's do that. I'll go inside a branch and I'll say git branch hyphen D is for branch, and I'll say dev2. Cannot delete branch, right? क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ से branch बनाया ही नहीं था इसका. So I will go to dev master, and I will say git branch hyphen D dev2. So दोनों branch delete हो गई. Okay, we can't delete master branch, Ravindra. You cannot delete the origin. Yes. So you can delete branches from where it was created. Okay. So अब अगर मैं branches करूं, so it looks like कि मैंने master में ही बहुत सारे commit किए, है ना? ऐसा लग रहा है कि सारे commits मैंने master में किए हुए. So do you see collaboration visualize कर पा रहे हो आप लोग कि कैसे होता होगा companies में? Right, pretty cool. This Git is a very helpful and very useful tool in terms of collaboration. 10 लोग अलग 10 ब्रांच में काम कर रहे हैं, फिर कोलैबोरेट कर रहे हैं, and everything is happening in such a pace, and that's why things are very fast in terms of development. Okay, all right, cool. So quickly, before I do the whole process again, let's talk about GitHub. Okay, how about GitHub now? ब्रांचेस पे हमने बहुत बात कर ली, अब हम लोग GitHub के बारे में बात करते हैं. ओके, एक मेरा व्हाइट बोर्ड आजकल बहुत प्रॉब्लम करने लगा है. गिव मी अ सेकंड गाइस. ओके, सो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हमने बात कर लिया, मर्जिंग बात कर लिया, ब्रांचिंग पे भी वी हैव talked about it. Now what I'm going to do is talk about GitHub. Now GitHub is not similar to Git that we are doing. Okay, so let's take a scenario. I'll draw 4 boxes and then I will explain it. It will help you understand better. Okay, and let's say each box represent a person in a country. So मैं country का नाम लिखता हूँ सीधा. This is India, or let's say Bangalore. This is Australia. Let's say Melbourne. तो अभी जो हमने concept पढ़ा है, that will make more sense now. This is USA, and this is, let's say, Spain. So there are 4 people working on a project. When you hear the word remote job, this is how the tech people collaborate. Okay. Now I am working. Everyone has this project, single project, जहाँ पे 4 लोगों ने अपने अपने branches बना के काम करना शुरू कर दिया. ठीक है, and there is one master branch. But where do I get that branch from? Do I email that branch? Do I use my Gmail account to send that branch? No, we need a central system, a central remote system, which can help me collaborate, right? It will help me collaborate. So GitHub is nothing but that central remote system. Okay, so GitHub is a remote system, and everything that we do on GitHub becomes a repo. All right, does it make sense? So this is going to be GitHub. Does the color sync with GitHub? Yes, it does. Now, what will happen is everyone will be interacting with GitHub, and everyone will be having their own syncing up through the central repository. And you don't have to collaborate among each other because there is a central repo called GitHub, and all your project files will be there. Okay, does it make sense? So what I'm going to do is now I will be able to collaborate anywhere in the world using this central repo, and this central repo is called GitHub. So let's go ahead and start creating an account on GitHub, and let's see how it works. एक सेकेंड, बस मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज आई यूजुअली टेंड टू फॉरगेट माई पासवर्ड, सो आई एम जस्ट क्विकली चेकिंग माई पासवर्ड and then I will share the screen. Just give me a second. So in the meanwhile, you guys can go and check out GitHub. GitHub.com खोलना, GitHub.com. जिसका जिसका अकाउंट नहीं है वो जाके क्विकली GitHub में अकाउंट बना लो अपना, ठीक है? सबका अकाउंट है, बहुत लोग का होगा, बहुत लोग का नहीं होगा. So I would request that go ahead and go to this site called github.com and create your account over there if you don't have it. All right, cool. In the meanwhile, I'm just going to check on my password because मैं हमेशा भूल जाता हूँ अपना password. Okay, got it. Cool. All right, so let me log out so that you guys have to see कहाँ से बनता है. I can show you guys that. So I hope you guys must have been here. Create your account, simple account. So once you have signed up, a regular sign up process like everything that you do, right? So once you sign up, you will be able to sign in. So once you are signing in, you will have to put your username or password, and I will go ahead and sign in with my account. So if you create it for the very first time, this is my GitHub account, and you are going to see my page. So let's say I go to new repo or something. I'll go over here, and this is called a GitHub repo. Okay, this is your main page, and it will tell you what all repositories you guys are working on. No, Sridhar, it's December. How do you know? Okay, you're guessing with the name. Anyway, ठीक है, तो मैं जितनी भी प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम करता हूँ वो मेरा रिपोजिटरी के नाम पे यहाँ पे आ जाता है, ठीक है? आपका अभी एम्प्टी होगा, मे बी यू विल स्टार्ट वर्किंग एंड यू विल स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग. नाउ दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट in terms of tracking your projects. Okay, so when you are creating any kind of projects or doing something, it is very important. So what I will do is I will create a new project. Did you see where I pressed new button? या तो आप वो कर सकते हो, I'll go back, or you can go to this plus sign that you see on right on the top and say new repository. ठीक है? And I will say testing git hub. ठीक है, ये मैंने रिपोजिटरी का नाम दिया. तो रिपोजिटरी इज नथिंग बट द फोल्डर. जैसे मेरा लोकली आई वाज कॉलिंग माय गिट एज अ रिपोजिटरी व्हेन आई वाज डूइंग गिट इन इट, आई वाज इनिशियलाइजिंग अ रिपोजिटरी. सिमिलरली दिस इज आल्सो अ रिपोजिटरी. ठीक है, नाउ मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स आई एम गोइंग टू मेक इट पब्लिक, और प्राइवेट तब होता है कि किसी को दिखाना नहीं है. तो बहुत सारी मेरी रिपोजिटरीज पब्लिकली अवेलेबल नहीं होती है. ओके, सो I will say public. I don't want to add something, and I will say go create a repository. So if you remember the diagram, what has happened, it has given me a certain list of things. So I will take you through this. But in the meanwhile, let's go back to the diagram that we were working on. तो ये GitHub जो सेंट्रल रिपोजिटरी की बात मैं कर रहा था, अभी जो मैंने क्रिएट किया, that is the central repository. Okay, does it make sense? It's not the whole GitHub, the single folder. अब मैं multiple projects पे काम कर सकता हूँ. तो GitHub पे multiple projects में I will be working on, right? Does it make sense to everyone? All right. So this is one such repository. Okay, now there are two ways of doing it. I can do two things. Right now, I have created a new repository and I will take this repository and connect it locally. And second thing, what I will do is, जो मेरा local repository था, I will connect it to the GitHub account that I have over here. Okay? तो सबसे पहले इस repository पे काम करेंगे. So if you are creating a new repository, it says that go ahead. Yeah, I'll start with this. So it says create a new repository on the command line. So I will just follow the steps, whatever it says. I'm going to copy this and go back to my coding screen. But remember, I am inside Git folder. This is already a repository. So do not do it inside this repository. Come out of this folder. Because ये तो मेरा local system में काम चल ही रहा है. मैं ये main folder में आ गया हूँ, जो कि beginner MERN है. ठीक है? Please remember this, otherwise you will come back asking me question कि sir ये problem हो गया, वो problem हो गया. Okay, clear on this, that you do not do in an existing repository, you do it in a new repository. So I will say echo, let me expand the screen, copy paste किया and press enter. ठीक है, फिर second step क्या था? Let me share the screen again. Second step क्या था? Git init. So the problem is, what I have done is I have initialized my parent directory as Git. So let's do it. That is not a problem. And I will go over here and I'll say Git init. Go back to my code and I'll say Git init. तो ये जो मेरा MERN directory है, उसको वो initialize कर देगा. ठीक है? It has been initialized. Now I'll just remove or copy this. I'll just copy this or cut it and move it somewhere else. Give me a second, I'll just paste it out. Let me see if it worked or not. एक second guys, so that आपको बाद में confusion ना हो, इसलिए मैं देख रहा हूँ यहाँ पे आया कि नहीं. नहीं आया. Anyway, I can do it again. तो ठीक है, इसको delete कर देता हूँ मैं. Anyway, ठीक है. तो जो भी मेरा मेन फोल्डर है उसको मैंने इनिशियलाइज कर दिया एक रीडमी के साथ, जो जो स्टेप्स उसने बोले थे. अब सेकंड स्टेप क्या था? ऐड रीडमी, सेम चीज राइट. ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैंने रीडमी फोल्डर ऐड किया और उसके बाद then again there was a commit message, so I'm just going to copy that and do this. रीडमी के बारे में बाद में बताता हूँ. So this is the first commit that I have done, right? This is the first commit I have done. Something similar. ये तो हम लोग लोकली भी कर रहे थे. और अब एक नया कमांड था which was this git branch -m main. So it is like saying that this is going to be my main branch, my master branch. -m means main branch. और जो next command मैं copy कर रहा हूँ, this is going to be the connection between my GitHub repository and my local repository, and that command is remote. Okay, so look at this command अच्छे से. It says git remote add origin and whatever there is a URL. So when I say remote, remote is the repository that we are seeing on the GitHub or we have created on the GitHub. That is the repository we are talking about. Okay. So when I connect this repository or local repository with my online repository, I can interact between the two. So when I press this, what it has done is it has added a origin. It's like origin is going to be this particular repository. तो जितने repositories बनाओगे उसका अलग अलग बनता रहेगा. I hope that makes sense. And remote command connects it to your local branch. Right? ठीक है. अब next command क्या था? I will push this changes to my repo. Last command says going to push this origin to the main stuff. Okay. So यहाँ पे ये क्या हो रहा है? अब जब ये आप करने जाओगे तो आपसे मांगेगा यूजर नेम और पासवर्ड जो आपका गिटहब का है. Okay, so when you are going to do this particular step, it is going to ask you for username and password. It is not going to ask me, or maybe it can if I have changed, but mine is already connected. So when I do this, what I'm saying is git push -u. -u is only done for the very first time and say origin main. पहले इसका नाम मास्टर होता था बट अब उन्होंने मेन कर दिया जब से लेटेस्ट चेंजेस हुए. मेन मास्टर इज ऑलमोस्ट द सेम थिंग. ठीक है. Do not get confused with that. Main and master is the same thing. Okay. So what I'm doing is origin जो मेरा था which was this, उसमें जो मेरा यहाँ पे main branch बनाया मैंने -m main करके उसको push कर दो. So when I do this, press enter to this, magically my changes will be pushed to the main branch. And let's go and check it out. So if I refresh this, what do you see? Cypher School's first commit readme, the changes has appeared over here, right? The main branch or the master branch is here. Isn't it cool? Right? It's so cool. And now, once you have done this, let's make some changes to this particular folder. Let's make some changes to this particular folder. Let's say I'm adding index.html, adding something over here, HTML. Let's say I'm adding a head, just a structure, jaldi. And what I see is I have made some changes. ठीक है. अब मैं करता हूँ git status. Status की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि मेरे को पता है मैंने एक ही चेंज किया है. Git add, git commit -m, and what I'll do here is a new index file or whatever name I want to give. Okay. So now I have done this locally. यहाँ तक तो हम locally कर रहे थे. Now what we want to do is I want to connect it to my central system. So for that we use this git push origin main और master. अगर आपने नाम master दिया है तो master, अगर आपने नाम main दिया है तो main. ठीक है. Git push origin. अब ये जब मैं push करूंगा, so these changes will be pushed. Okay, these changes are being pushed to my main branch. And let me go back to the screen and refresh this. What do you see? Index is available over here, right? Index is available over here and the changes are available over here. Isn't it cool? And also I will be able to see the commit messages. तो इस कमिट में मैंने क्या काम किया है, कौन सी फाइल चेंज हुई है, क्या क्या चीजें की हैं. तो जब आप पुश कर रहे हो आस्तिका, यू नीड कनेक्शन, इंटरनेट कनेक्शन. जब तक आप लोकली काम कर रहे हो उस समय नहीं चाहिए. एक बार आप जब कनेक्ट कर रहे हो इनिशियली तब चाहिए इंटरनेट, बिकॉज दैट रिमोट कमांड इज गोइंग टू कनेक्ट टू अ यूआरएल, राइट? सो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू नीड इंटरनेट, एंड व्हेन यू आर पुशिंग एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू नीड इंटरनेट. ओके, तो ये समझ में आया गिटहब में कैसे हम लोग कनेक्ट करते हैं अपना लोकल. Obviously, you are going to practice this over the weekend and create a repo branch. I won't call it a database. It's not a database. It's a tracking, it's a repository, a storage house. You can say it as a storage house. Okay, अब मैं आप लोग को एक टास्क दूंगा. You will get the task for the weekend and try it out on your own. Okay, I will give you certain task. I will list it out and send it across on the Slack channel so that you have that clarity of what to do over the weekend and get a hands-on on GitHub. And once you are clear, Monday se fir we are going to have our things started. Wondered, does it make sense why we took so much time on GitHub? Was the time worth it, do you think? Okay, तो अब थोड़ा hands on dirty करो and लिखो, थोड़ा इधर उधर खेलो. ठीक है, अब हम लोग क्या करेंगे, डाउट लेंगे अगर आप लोग का डाउट है. और आज का स्ट्रेंथ तो आई थिंक दिवाली की वजह से काफी कम है. मंडे से थिंक पीपल आर गोइंग टू कम बैक and things are going to be on a different pace now. We are going to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so many things to learn. Okay, all right, अब time for doubts. Time for your doubts. Sridhar, go ahead. Okay, he raised his hand. Zad, go ahead.
सर सोर्स कंट्रोल करके जो अगर हम पूरा रिमोटली अपने गिटहब कोई पे VS कोड पे
Sorry, what are you saying?
सर सोर्स कंट्रोल यूज करते हैं सर.
ये वाला
सर
जो बटन है,
गिटहब
ये
इस पे VS कोड पे.
हाँ
यस सर.
हाँ, so this is
सर इस पे
exactly the
रिमोट
same. हाँ, ये exactly same चीज है. ये तुम्हारा सेम
सर
चीज है.
इसमें
अगर
कमांड
अब
लिखने की
मैं
जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी ना.
नहीं, इसमें कमांड लिखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. इसलिए मैं बोल रहा था कि
सर
तुम
इसे
ये
थोड़ा
बटन
बता
दबा,
दीजिए सर.
ये बटन दबा के कर सकते हो. अब ये चीज तुम खेलो इसके साथ थोड़ा सा. ठीक है, अगर मैं यहाँ पे कुछ और ऐड कर दूं, लेट्स से चेंजेस. अब देखो यहाँ पे ये चेंज डिटेक्ट कर लिया. ओके, नाउ इफ आई से प्लस, इट इज लाइक add staged the change. Okay, now if I press this, it is asking for a commit message. I will say added paragraph. ठीक है, ठीक है, पुल भी बता देता हूं मैं. added paragraph. ओके, अब अगर मेरे को इसमें देखना है कि मेरा commit messages कहाँ गया. ओके, स्टैश नहीं दिखाना चाहता हूँ. सो ओके, आई डोंट वांट टू कंफ्यूज यू गाइस, नहीं तो फिर आप लोग बोलोगे कि ये क्या ले आया नया. I don't want to go there. So if I say my log, check my log over here, you see added paragraph is added. तो जो चीज हम अभी तक कमांड लाइन से कर रहे थे वो इससे भी कर सकते हैं. ओके, एंड इफ आई वांट टू पुश ओरिजिन मेन, यहाँ से कमांड लाइन में आके पुश ओरिजिन मेन लिखना ही पड़ेगा. Zed, does that make sense? ठीक है,
यस सर.
बहुत इजी है. अब तो जो बटन, अब आपको ये पता है कि इस बटन के पीछे कमांड कौन सा है. सो दैट इज अ वेरी कूल वे ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग things. And now you see there are 3 commits also, so you can actually जो हम git log बार बार लिख के देख रहे थे वो यहाँ पे भी आप देख सकते हो. Now if I click on any of these commits, you will be able to see the changes that you have done on that commit. Okay, if I go back and say added paragraph, you will see that देखो ये changes है, ये changes है. तो आपका जो भी अभी conflict और जितनी भी चीजें सीखी है ना, वो थोड़ा visually भी देख पाओगे इसमें. ठीक है, okay, cool. Sridhar, go ahead. I will talk about pull also in a moment once I get over with the people's doubt.
Yes, sir. So I have some doubts. Like the first 10 minutes, I kind of missed out because of the like connection
First
issues.
10 minutes was
So
only a repetition of what we have done previously.
Okay, then that's better actually. So first
Okay.
doubt is like now when we like do merge, it's with respect to the like the side branches coming to the present branch which we are in, right?
Merging you are talking about?
Yeah, merge. Like suppose like the same example, dev 1 and dev 2.
Yeah.
Let's assume I'm on dev 2 and I give a merge. So will the changes from dev 1 come to dev 2?
Sorry.
Like
Come again.
yeah, so now we have master branch dev 1 and dev 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So based on the example which you gave, like which we've been
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah.
So if I check out to dev 2 and then if I do a merge, will it work?
Check out.
And what will happen?
Okay. So that is a playing ground for you, but I will give you an idea what happens.
Okay.
You remember in checkout phase, uh, you said if you want to check out, what happens is it goes to that particular commit history. Okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then and what you are saying is you want to commit at that particular point of time or merge at that particular point of time with master instead of the current,
Yeah.
right? That will
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
let you have, that will not be possible until unless there are ways to do it, but that is a complicated way because you'll have to play around with the timelines and everything. Because why?
Okay.
You are trying to uh, modify master ka timeline, which is not possible. Okay, but do try it.
Okay.
Tell me what you face.
Okay. Sure. And the second doubt is like in that like the branch, like when you just showed the steps which I follow after creating a new repository, like where
Mm-hmm.
you give a git branch hyphen capital M.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So is that hyphen capital M to give a name to the master branch, or is it like
Yes, yes. Yeah. Hyphen M means the main branch or the master branch.
okay,
Now, this
okay,
is
okay,
a very latest feature. Like I think एक दो महीने पहले ही आया, ज़्यादा दिन भी नहीं हुआ इसको. So
okay,
before that, it was master only. So we did not have this step 2-3 months back. अभी recently ये changes introduced हुए, where you'll have to name your master branch to main.
okay.
Yeah.
So the last doubt is like since we are having a different branches, and if we can make commits on that, and it will reflect on the like master branch only on merging, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
You can
okay, fine.
you
Thank
can
you, sir.
push your you can now push your branches also to this repository. So if you are on
Yeah,
your
I
branch,
am aware of the pushing part, but I just
yeah,
wanted to know the like the merging part because that was a bit
yeah,
confusing because of the conflict issues.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now is
Thank you.
it clear?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay. Go ahead, Ravindra.
Oh, hello. I
Yeah,
wanted to know about the last statement you wrote, git push origin main. So what is specifying their origin and main?
okay. Let me go back to the screen and let's see what you are talking about. Which command you are talking? Git push
This
origin main.
main, yes.
This
So
one.
we are
So what?
pushing to mainline or from this local main. I'm confused here, but
Yeah. So you remember there was before we talk about this, we will go to the one command that I wrote called git remote. वो वाला शायद हट गया है, इसमें नहीं है. चलो इसमें ऐसे दिखाते हैं. ये ये वाला जो कमांड था, do you see
yes,
this remote add
yes.
origin? So what I'm saying, my local system is that I have a central repository or a remote repository at this particular link, HTTP link, sorry, this particular HTTP link, and I'm marking it as origin. Okay, it's like naming them, and this is the convention. So
Or,
I name it as
origin is for
origin.
remote, right?
Yes, origin is for remote. So
Okay.
what I'm doing is my remote origin is going to be this, and that's what I'm adding. So git remote add origin means I'm adding a remote origin, which is situated at this point of time, so that my local system gets connected to that one.
Can we give it any name or it has to be origin only?
It is mostly origin. You have to stick to this. You can try out with different names, but stick to origin.
Okay, okay, fine.
Okay, so now did you get? So what do I mean by git push origin main? That means
So the
जो भी
main
मेरे
is our local and origin is our remote,
नहीं
and
नहीं
we are
नहीं 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 नहीं
no.
नहीं नहीं
Okay.
origin is the remote repository testing जो भी नाम दिया हमने, ठीक है? That is
Okay.
my remote repository. Main is the branch name that I have set. तो
Okay.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ git push origin main. So I'm saying from my local push my main branch to the origin.
Okay. Fine.
ठीक है?
And one more doubt. Since
Yeah.
we changed the main branch name here to main instead of master, can
Yeah.
we later on change the name of branches to something else?
Yeah, you can use the same command.
Okay.
hyphen
E-
m वाला जो command था ना,
Even the main branch
use that.
also, we can change its name.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
And one last doubt. Uh,
Yeah.
since today, while experimenting with the merge, uh,
Yeah.
we had a single commit on the branch we were using. But if there had been multiple commits, so
Mm-hmm.
all those commits will be reflected while merging on the main branch
Yes.
individually, or just a
Yes.
single commit.
No, that will reflect all the commits on dev one. Let's say if you had two commits on dev one and then you are merging it at master, those two commits will come.
Okay,
And
okay.
if it is behind the master, when I say behind, that means there is a new commit that came into picture, then those
Then there will be
two
one
commits,
extra.
yeah, one extra.
Isn't it possible that while merging we
There is
commit
a
it
possibility that
only
is
by a
called,
single commit?
yeah, that is called rebasing, but that is a little complicated concept. But if you are interested, you can take a look at rebasing. It's called
Okay, I
rebase.
will I will look at it. Rebase.
Uh, rebase, yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
All right. All right. Anyone else? Or should I show pull quickly? So what I'll do is, ये local से मैं ये वाला folder उड़ा देता हूँ, और what I do is, give me a second. In the meanwhile, I'll just remove this from my local desktop, or where did it? Give me a second. I'll just go to that point where my folder is. ठीक है, और ये folder मैं आप लोग को दिखा भी देता हूँ क्या कर रहा हूँ. So where is the folder? Yeah. So I am removing this folder. ठीक है, this was the folder जो मैंने जहाँ पे ये सारा सिस्टम किया था, तो मैं locally हटा दे रहा हूँ. So it's like I do not have this project altogether. It is just in the remote system. तो जो भी changes थे जो आपने push नहीं किए होंगे वो भी हट जाएंगे. ठीक है. So let me delete this. It's gone. Okay. Now my VS Code will say I do not see anything like that. So what I will do, I'll close my VS Code as well. Now, whenever you are trying to use any open source project, there are multiple ways of getting it. One is cloning, one is downloading as a zip and then opening it. I would stick to more authentic way, and I will copy this. ठीक है, ये जो link है, I will copy this and I will go to my terminal. Okay, I'll go to my terminal. So let me open terminal. Give me a second. I'll open my terminal and I will say, I'll share the screen. Yeah. Now what I'm doing is I'm just going to copy this. Let me see where I am. I'll go to Cypher School. Clear it out. Cool. So इस folder के अंदर मैं सारी चीजें रखता हूँ. तो I've moved inside this. Now I will say git clone. This, what it does is it creates a folder or it copies जो मैंने वहां से copy किया था और उसको मैं यहाँ paste कर दे रहा हूँ. Can you guys see it? Is it too small? Should I increase the size of the font? Now I am cloning that project. Okay. So what it is doing is, if I see, I have this testing GitHub from my local. Sorry, from my remote. Yeah. Yena Sham, you want to say something? Or galti se, have you done it by mistake? Okay. So now what has happened is this testing GitHub has come over here. Okay. जो आप पुल की बात कर रहे थे उसके लिए मेरे को क्या करना पड़ेगा? अब मैंने रिपोजिटरी ले ली. इट्स लाइक इंडिया वाले ने रिपोजिटरी बनाई, यूके वाले ने रिपोजिटरी ले ली अपने सिस्टम में. ओके. नाउ व्हाट आई वांट टू डू इज आई वांट टू लेट्स से मैं यहीं से कमिट कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, दैट इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. सो I'll say I'll add a file, create a new file here only, and I will call this style.css, and I'll just say body star and something, let's say color, and this is going to be red. Okay, and then I will save this. So you can just go ahead and create this, commit this. So this is a new commit that I have done. But now what we need to do is, what have you seen? अच्छा तुम लोग टर्मिनल देख रहे थे. Sorry guys. Okay, यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, मैंने एक नया style.css क्रिएट कर दिया है. ठीक है, और ये कैसे करते हैं, वो ऐड बटन दबा के. तो लेट मी ऐड अनदर फाइल. I will add style2.css and I will say body again, something. I'm just adding it. Imagine this is being done by someone else from a system and they are pushing it to the local. But मेरे पास दो अलग system नहीं है, इसलिए I'm showing it like this. You can do this also. ठीक है? And I'll say body, color and red. Something I'm pushing. और यहाँ पे commit कर दिया, सीधे जाके commit कर दिया main branch पे ही. So you guys can see these two things. But जब मैंने pull किया था या जब मैंने clone किया था, ये दोनों files नहीं थे, right? Do you guys, are you following? Right? तो अब मैं Visual Studio खोलता हूँ and I'll just open जो भी मैंने clone किया हुआ था अभी तक. So let me just open that. Give me a second. It will take just a second to open that. And I will share the screen. Okay. So I will share my screen now. Right over here. So what you see is that testing repo में सिर्फ उस समय index.html था और readme था, right? But हमारे repository में we have two more files, style.css and style2.css. So whenever there is a change happening on my whatever branch I am on, right now I am on master branch or main branch as we call it right now, right? So if I check the branch, I will see I'm on main branch, but it is not in sync. So when you want to pull the changes that has happened over there, you use this git pull origin main. ठीक है, origin से main master में या main branch में जो भी changes हुए हैं उसको pull करो. When I press enter, you see all these files appeared over here, right? So this is how pull works. Easy, pretty easy. How it works. So अब अगर मैं व्हाइट बोर्ड पे जाऊं तो अब ये इकोसिस्टम समझ में आ रहा है. रिमोट जॉब्स कैसे होते हैं कि आप करते रहो, काम करते रहो, कहीं से भी काम करो, कोई भी कोलैबोरेट करेगा, कहीं से भी होगा. सो इट इज द biggest collaborating tool that is used in dev community. So before becoming a developer, you have to know about GitHub. right? Are you satisfied with Git? अब weekend पे practice करो, खेलो, and have a great Diwali. If we do not have any more questions, how to contribute to open source? Yes, I can do that. It is not a part of our course, but I can do that. कभी हमें समय मिलेगा, so we can talk about open sourcing as well. हम लोग एक सेशन रख सकते हैं जहाँ पे नॉन कोर्स रिलेटेड बातें कर सकते हैं, and how to do that. Do we have only one like these? मतलब Venkatesh, what do you mean? Show the pull command once more. It's nothing. It's just जो git push origin था, main था, इसमें git pull origin main है. Yeah, there is only one GitHub. Let me show you this one. All these commands are there in your sheet. Okay, so as many repositories as you will start creating, you can start copying that. So when I said there are 32 22 repositories that I have, 34 repositories, that means these are all projects. So अगर मैं randomly कोई project उठा के आपको दिखा दूं, let's say hashing, which is a data structure जहाँ पे मैंने कुछ company phone book implement किया हुआ है, ठीक है? तो जो भी मैंने code लिखा हुआ है, that will be available over here. Okay, it will be available over here, all the kind of code. So this is one repository. Similarly, as many repositories as you create, you will start learning. Yes, GitHub is the only one thing. There are other version control systems. These are called version control systems, but I don't think anyone can match as well as your GitHub. Yeah, Bitbucket is there, SCN repository is there. There are a lot of things. Okay, cool. So now once you are done, please set up your GitHub account and create your profile on GitHub. So as I say that this is the GitHub repository, and whenever I create a new repo, it is going to be like a folder system here, and inside that folder जो भी हमने काम किया है, you will be able to see it, right? Git is super cool. I love it. I have done this before, so I might have written this at that point of time. Rebasing merges all the commit message at once. Complicate हो जाएगा संकेत, play around करना, लेकिन थोड़ा get hands on. बाकी जो अभी जितना हमने किया है ना, उसको पहले ठीक से कर लेना, उसके बाद. Yes, Ravindra. All right. 40 लोग बचे हैं, बाकी सब दिवाली मनाने गए, हम भी चलते हैं. क्या कहते हो? अच्छा, अमित का एक क्वेश्चन है, उसके बाद जाएंगे. अमित, गो अहेड. या गलती से रेज हैंड हो गया था?
नो सर, नो है कुछ.
गलती से हो गया था?
यस सर.
अच्छा ठीक है. तेजस का क्वेश्चन है, गो अहेड.
यस सर. सर गिटहब पे
हाँ.
जब हम मर्ज करते या फिर मतलब पुल रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं ना, तो वहाँ पे एक बार मतलब मैंने किया था पुल रिक्वेस्ट, तो मुझे मर्ज कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स आए थे, तो वो कैसे रिजॉल्व करते?
तो वो मर्ज कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स इसलिए आए होंगे क्योंकि
यस.
जो चीज आपने पुल की होगी
हाँ.
और जो चीज आपके लोकल सिस्टम में होगा,
हाँ.
वो दोनों सेम जगह पे कोड चेंजेस आ रहे होंगे. तो अब तो वहां पे जाके बस वो जो भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स है उसको हटा के सेव करके कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जैसे हमने रिजॉल्व किया था वैसे करके हो जाएगा. सेम चीज. अब तो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट के बारे में पता ही चल गया आप लोग को.
हाँ, वही सर. बट मैंने तब क्या किया था, एक उस मतलब सारे चेंजेस एक बार सिंक कर लिए थे, तो वो अपने आप सारे
हाँ.
रिजॉल्व हो गए थे अपने आप. पता नहीं, वो समझ में नहीं आया था.
हाँ, वो इसलिए हुआ होगा क्योंकि आपने क्या किया होगा, बिफोर पुलिंग इट व्हाट यू वुड हैव डन इज you would have committed stuff, you would have committed few things.
हाँ,
ठीक है.
पुल करने से पहले कमिट किया था मैंने. बराबर.
ठीक है.
या गॉट इट.
ठीक है. ओके. All right, guys. So we will meet on Monday then. Till then, please play around with GitHub and have a happy Diwali and set up your system. I will, from here on, now what we are going to do is, yes, Saturday, Sunday is off. I don't work on Saturdays and Sundays. And I do not expect people to work on Saturdays and Sundays until and unless you are a student, which you guys are. So you have to. But happy Diwali to all of you. Stay safe. Be safe and take care of your family and friends and keep learning, guys. I will see you on Monday. All right. All right. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. I will see you on Monday. Bye, guys. Video will be available बहुत जल्दी आज.